listeners. We're getting some fantastic feedback about your pet peeves, which we'll get to a little bit later on. But right now it is 2 minutes to 7. Heading to the West Coast now, and the Department of Conservation have been running what's called a Jobs for Nature program.
Overall, this program has clocked up more than 70,000 hours of conservation work and has given employment opportunities to many coastal communities. Our Christchurch reporter Digby Worthmuller has headed out to the coast to check out the Punungairo Bullock Creek Restoration Project and Punakaiki. Morena, Digby.
Morning guys, that's right, we're in Punakaiki, which is a remote small coastal community just north of Greymouth, and I'm joined by Juliet Curry, who's the National Manager for the Volunteers Conservation Group, and they've been doing some pretty awesome work out in this neck of the woods. Tell me a little bit about Jobs for Nature, which is obviously a DOC funding program, and what that's meant for this community.
Jobs for Nature is a COVID relief package put together by the government to help hard-hit areas. So areas that relied heavily on tourism previously, to help create jobs in the nature space to kind of hopefully fill some of the void left by tourists.
Because obviously the international borders have been closed, and you were telling me before, a lot of those people that come from overseas get stuck into the kind of work because it's so cool on the coast to do that. But now that they are not here, you haven't had anyone to be able to do that. Yeah,
that's right. We're conservation volunteers, so that's what we did. We project manage conservation projects using international labour to put the trees in the ground, but obviously that all sort of dried up. So Jobs for Nature, helped us continue to do the great work that we do, and also create jobs for local people.
It's 17 jobs, isn't it?
17 jobs.
17 jobs, and that may not seem like a lot if you're from a big city like myself, but rural communities, 17 jobs is a lot of jobs.
Yeah, the ripple throughout the community for something like that's huge. Yeah, for sure.
No, that's awesome. All right, well, we're going to get stuck in and actually do a little bit of potting, because I didn't come all this way to just talk. So I'll get my hands dirty. And why these plants, Juliet? What's so important about this specific plant?
So this one here is a type of hebe people might recognise. It's Kotomeko, botanical name Veronica salicifolia, which you will be quizzed on later. So this is one of the species that occurs naturally in the Bullock Creek area. Bullock Creek's a special, unique landform. It's one of the only, the only landform of its kind in the country. So this is one of the species that exists naturally up there. Our team go up there, they collect all the seed and all the vegetative material. We bring it back here to the nursery, grow it, and then our tree planting crew goes and puts them in the ground. Over the course of the funding period, it'll be about over 300,000 plants will go.
I see.
Come through here and
I grew up on a farm, and whenever my parents would get me doing gardening work or potting work, I hated it. I just couldn't stand it. But I don't mind it today. Knowing a bit more about it. But we're also joined by Brian and Sharon, who we're going to be catching up with Sharon a little bit later on, because there's a species of bird which its only breeding colony in the world is here in Punakaiki, and every morning at around 7:20 they fly out, so we're going to try catch that, but we'll catch up with her a little bit later on about those birds, which her uncle's actually discovered. So stick around, a lot more cool things to come.
Thanks very much, Digby. At the Maria, here is your 7 o'clock news.